Hello, and thank you for taking the time out of your very busy schedules to join me. Um, I hope there's something in here that you find a benefit to you or somebody that you know. Please like, subscribe, and share this video with others. Leave a comment down below. Um, I may not comment on them all, but I do at least read them. So, with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, a recent video I did, I was discussing the first Republican president, kind of looking at some of the Republican presidents. And I thought it's only fair that at the same time, I take a look at the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is not, of what it used to be, is not what it was. It's not the same. um, so with that, oops, I had been looking through, I copied this actually from Wikipedia, because I thought it was really interesting just the way that they had presented it. So with that, and this is, even they were noting how the Democrats of today are not the Democratic Party that the Republican or the GOP likes to trace its roots all the way back to. The Democratic Party, of course, is the oldest voter-based political party in the world and the oldest existing political party in the United States. The party itself, the party's modern institution was formed in 1838 and 1840 and was known as the Party of the Common Man. Early Democratic Party stood for individual rights and state sovereignty. See, that's one of the main things of why it's different now than from what it used to be. Is that idea that the state sovereignty overrides the federal government. But anyways, they were opposed to banks and high tariffs. During the second party system, which is from 1832 to mid 1850s, under President Andrew Jackson, Martin Van Buren, and James K. Polk, the Democrats usually bested the. That's when the Whig Party was officially or beaten by a narrow margin, it says. The Democrats had changed significantly during its more than 200 centuries of existence. During the 19th century, the party supported or tolerated slavery. See, the Democrats, as much as they try and talk about the struggle, BLM, they initially are based off of a support for slavery. And they were opposed to civil rights reform after the American Civil War in order to retain the support of the Southern voters. So from 1860 to 1952, in the era of the American Civil War to the Great Depression, the opposing Republican Party, organized in the mid 1850s from the ruins of the Whig Party and some of the smaller split-off groups. The Democrats elected only two presidents during this period, Grover Cleveland and Woodrow Wilson. Um, well, and a lot can be said about them. Over the same period, the Democrats provided more competence with the Republicans in congressional politics, enjoying House of Representative majorities and congressional elections, along with the majority of the Senate. So that's why, we've had Republican presidents try and push reforms and stuff like this, but the Democratic-controlled Senate and Congress usually stood in his way. So when you look at the Democratic Party, keep this in mind. And like I said, this is just off of Wikipedia even. The Democratic Party was split between the Burma Democrats representing Eastern business interests and the agrarian elements comprising of poor farmers in the South and the West. The agrarian element marched between the slogan of free silver in favor of inflation, by the way, um, and captured the party in 1896. They nominated William Jennings Bryan in 1896, 1900, 1908 for their presidential elections. Obviously, he didn't make it, but he was involved in a lot of the movement. And they opposed imperial expression abroad while supporting liberal reforms at home. There's a lot of money we just, over the past 20 years, spent in a foreign country that if it had been spent here at home, would have $2 trillion into any single state in the Union even. Imagine how much that state would be improved. Just saying, all the spending overseas needs to stop. If we're going to stop like this, we might as well just stop everything altogether. But that's the original forming of the Democratic Party. I wanted to bring it up. I wanted to point it out that, yeah, they were actually in support of slavery. While, today they talk about civil rights. They've always had this true moral leaning of being against that common man. Now, even today, you can see a separation with the Democratic Party. They believe that they are your betters. Whether you're a Democrat or not, they believe if you don't have money, they believe they are your sophisticated betters, and they need to show you. This is why they encourage big government. At one time, the Democratic Party believed in states' rights, small government. This was the difference between the Republicans and the Democrats when they were initially formed. Today, 2020, it looks like things are very different. But the problem is, 15 days to slow the spread has now turned into how many days? As I'm being told by the government. Anyways. So, I just wanted to kind of take a look at the original forming of the Democratic Party. And say thank you very much for taking time out of your very busy schedules. I hope there was something here of interest. Share, like, subscribe, share, leave a comment down below. And with that, I hope you have yourself a very beautiful day.